Hello, and thank you for joining us for the Editor and Admin's how to add to-do items for the Theme Developer Handbook in our Trello board. Let's go ahead and get started. To begin, we're going to want to go ahead and pull up our assets that we'll need. You can always reference this card right here. It gives you all the information you'll need. And right down here is the step-by-step tutorial of what we're just describing in this video right now. So I'm going to go ahead and open the spreadsheet, which is what we're migrating into the Trello board. I'm going to open up the handbook and my login to edit the handbook. Now, first thing when you're beginning is you want to get an idea of what pages or cards are already created, as we don't want to be duplicating work. Right now, only internationalization has been migrated, so we have a lot to choose from, but in the future that won't always be the case. So let's say I'm going to go ahead and take navigation menus. The first thing I'll do is just go ahead and copy over the notes that are here, as they might help me build some of the to-do items. So I'll go in the to-do column and I'll add a card and I'll name it after the page that needs editing. Then I'll click on the card to open it and I'll go ahead and paste my comments that I can use in the future. Then I'm going to start by building a link that the contributor to click on to jump straight into the edit mode on that page. So this is the markdown you use in Trello to get a link. You wrap the link text in brackets and then the link URL in parentheses. So I would log into the theme handbook. Find the page, and I'd go ahead and copy the link, the URL up here, paste it, and then I'm wrapping everything in 2 asterisks to make it bold. So right there, boom, now the editor or the contributor, all I have to do is click on that link and they're able to just jump right in and make the changes that you're about to suggest right up here. Additionally, up in this description area, when you have a page that's pretty sparse, and we'll just go ahead and take a look at the navigation menu and you'll see how sparse it actually is. It's a pretty short page. It doesn't have a lot going on. Sometimes you'll need to kind of create a big picture and an overview or an outline of what you need for that page. So you would go ahead and add it right up here. Put it here, and then if you're wanting to do some ordered lists, you can do that. If you need to do some unordered lists, like that, and then there you go. You're creating your outline and content for them to use to get kind of the big picture of what you're wanting. So the next step is you're going to go ahead and read that page really thoroughly. While you're reading it, we want you to keep in mind that this reference and guide should be approachable to first-time theme developers. So there might be some concepts that are in here that you feel like, an experienced developer would understand, but a first-time would be confused. So you would want to note that and make a task to break that down specifically. Another thing to keep in mind is that eventually we're going to be building a step-by-step tutorial of a theme from start to finish. So there might be some things that you see in here that would be really important to have in that tutorial, and it'd be a great help for us if you could just make note of that now so we don't have to duplicate work in the future. So I read that page really clearly and I've discovered that, oh hey, in the registered menus, there's a few issues. There's some spelling mistakes, we need some code examples, and we need some content added. So I'm going to go back into the card and I'm going to create a new checklist, and I'll name it after that section. So all items in a checklist are for a certain section on the page, so it's really easy for the contributor to find where the work needs to be done. So the first thing is some content. I'm seeing that they need to explain them more about a certain issue. I don't want to say explain more in first paragraph because that's really unclear to the contributor. They don't really know what you're wanting. We want to make it as clear as example as possible. So maybe I need to explain more monkeys and robots. Play together in the first paragraph. So that's more specific of what I'm needing. Then maybe I see that there is a grammar mistake or spelling mistake or something of that nature. I would point out what that is. Change. Making it clear and concise. If there's a code example I'm wanting, you want to provide what it is, if they need context around that, what's going on. Etc. So let's say that's all the changes that are needed in the register menus section. At the very end, you're always going to add a note for the user or the contributor to ping an admin or editor to have them look over the section. And we'll go ahead and create a little template for this so you can just copy and paste it. Once we figure out all the people who okay. I'm also going to go ahead and make the tutorial checklist, and I would be adding anything that I think, something like that, whatever is needed. As we're making sections, you might find that you're kind of going a little bit out of order. Say you got to the end of the page and something in this section was glaring to you, so you made the checklist for that first, and now on the page, say tutorial needed to be above register menus, all you need to do is drag and drop it. In this case, tutorial is always at the bottom. Okay, also we had these notes that we read. So if there's something, helpful in here, you could go ahead and add, that item, whatever it was that was down here. When you're done with these, you can go ahead and delete them once you've put them in the board. And as you can see right here, it's showing my activity. It's saying my name and what I've done. This is important because future contributors, if they're coming in and working on your card and they say they don't understand what you mean by this, explain how monkeys and robots play together in the first paragraph, and they're confused at what you're asking for, they might come in here and ping you with their question and add that comment. And then it's important for you should be getting a notification. It's important if you can just try to be available to respond in a timely manner with their questions. If you can't, or you're kind of done with the project or whatever, you can always reach out to myself or Eric, which is at Sew My Head On, and we can try to navigate for you. But that's just one thing we want you to keep in mind. And that, my friends, is how you build a card. Thank you so much for your help, and we look forward to seeing this project getting done. Thank you.